Maniac, can you tell me how I built my pen wrong? My birds they're just panning, they're panning. Y'all, we live in Alabama. It don't matter. It's still 8,000 degrees in the shade. Now, what I can recommend on my quail pen builds is I open one full front and I open half of the back, as you see here, because they have to have airflow. Now, what I have noticed is you may want to open one side, but luckily that's why I took the tin off the back here. And I can remove this tin here. I keep wire behind everything. My whole cages are encased in wire. That way I can add tin as I need to. But this offers enough shade here to where they can get into the dark, come into the light, and wind is passing through. So if they get too hot, they come over here where there is no tin, and the wind passes through. The wind is constantly blowing into this pen. Now, where this breeder pen is sitting, I have the ends open on both sides. I have a back section back here, as you see, open, that is like a quarter of the way of what the pen actually is. I also have these front vents, which is why we call it quail Catraz. Shout out Joe Simmons. And just like here, here's the other side. So all this wire, the whole thing is encased in wire. And I'd advise all of y'all to do that, because you may see that you're getting water in some place that you don't want water. So you can put a piece of tin here, come back over here, remove a piece of tin back there. If you don't feel like you're getting enough airflow, take a sawzall, a skill saw, cut you a rectangle out or something. Put you a piece of wire on it. Y'all, these birds are gonna stay out of your way. I can actually take this whole piece of wire off and all my birds are gonna go to that end. They won't even try to get out. Now, I have had birds get out, but I mean, they're simple to catch. Y'all seen me catch them on camera. So my advice to you, leave the ends open, leave one full front open, cover at least half of a back. That way they can get behind it. Now, if you realize that your wind is blowing, say, at certain angles, well, that's where you want to put your tin. You want them to have a wind block if they need to be, because in the wintertime, that wind's still going to blow in the same direction. So it's really going to freeze them up. So you need to make sure that you're constantly making airflow. They're just like rabbits in a sort, y'all. They can take hot temperatures just like a rabbit. People say they can't. Our rabbits live in this hot desert right here as we live here on the top of the mountain in Alabama. But they need a little bit of shade, they need a little bit of privacy, and they need sandboxes. Y'all haven't seen my sandboxes in here, but there's a reason why, which I will get to in a later video. But we have the teenagers here that are almost ready to go. And I can't wait to show y'all. Well, actually, I can show y'all them. And here's the teenage pen, as you see. Or the baby pen, sorry. This is the babies. But yeah, pretty much teenagers, y'all, because the other one's high school and quail Catraz would be college. But as you see, we didn't have a crazy hatch, which actually we sold the majority of them. I forget to tell y'all that sometimes. Sometimes people are like, well, you're only hatching 12 birds or 17 birds. No, my wife, sometimes I go, but my wife goes to trade day. We sell a lot of quail. People come to our house and buy chickens. We actually had some people come by yesterday and buy chickens. We have people come here and buy quail, and which everybody's interested in my Bob Whites, but y'all know they're not for sale. So I raised my Bob Whites. There's the males that I have left right here. So they're ready to go whenever I can start getting some more females, and I can start adding and adding. And then I have my Bob Whites in here. Oh yeah. There she is and there he is. And they're getting it done, y'all. I'm getting eggs off of them. I actually have one right here. We actually have a ton of eggs on the inside of the house for sure that we have to get put into the incubator. There we go. Fix to say that lot didn't want to go in there right. But Bob White quail egg, y'all. That's what they look like. That's what they look like. Caternix quail egg, y'all. Right there. That's what they look like. So we have 4 eggs that need to go inside, and we'll start off another venture of quail. No, those 4 eggs are not all we have. We probably have 36 to 40 inside. Y'all, it's your farm. Do it how you want to do it. And you can make it simple. You have the very baby pen, which we call teenagers. Then you got high school, which I probably said that wrong, y'all. Y'all, I've made this video oh Lord, so many times and so many times wrong. But this is what we call the teenagers. There's your high school, this is your college. That's what this is. And yes, I could have put them right beside each other, but when I started with one pen, built another pen, and my wife likes that one a lot better because this one is way bigger and it'll hold a lot more birds, so we keep our big adult breeders in quail Alcatraz. When they first come out of the brooder, they come into the teenage pen. Then they come over here to the grow out pen where they're gonna either be harvested, sold, or selected for breeding. Either way, they're gonna end up harvested, y'all. But that's where all that comes from. There's always a crazy amount of poop. If you don't keep the poop covered, hay, leaves, grass, whatever, you're gonna have stupid flies. Make sure you're adding. Y'all, you can cut your grass, rake it up, lay it right on top of the poop. Flies will be done, at least for a few days. Then you're gonna have to come do the same thing. But guess what, y'all? You gotta cut grass every day anyway, right? Or you gotta rake leaves, keep your leaves bagged up. The carpet on top keeps the smell down, keeps the flies away. That is one of the best, most valuable tips that I can ever give you about quail, y'all, for sure. But I gotta go and see, well, let's count that up again. Y'all wanna count quail with me? Come on, let's do this together for all you youngins that might be watching. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 quail. We have 17 quail. And actually, that's enough. That is enough. That is enough for a good old supper. And then some. I generally eat 3 to 4. If I'm really hungry, I eat 4. If I'm not, I can eat 2, 2.5, 3. So, yeah. I mean, that's a couple meals right there, y'all, for sure. But actually, it might be 3 because my wife only eats 1 to 2. My daughter eats 1. My sons eat 1. So yeah, we can get a few meals out of this one. But y'all, I haven't even started taking the males that I'm getting rid of out of here. Eventually, some of these males outgrow the rest of the birds in this pen. I guess the dominance in them is what does it. But I can always take a smaller bird for my kids because they're not going to eat crazy amounts anyway. And I don't want to waste a really large bird on my kids. Like generally, like the birds that I show y'all, the real big ones, I just cut them in half. I spatchcock them when I prepare them, but we just go ahead and cut them in half, give 1/2 to one son, 1/2 to the other son. That's usually enough. That's a cool tip to save y'all's meat and so that you're not wasting anything, is get you some really big birds, cut them in half, feed them to your little kids right there. My Emden geese over here playing in the pool, check them out. Y'all, I hate that we lost my only Emden geese. I do, the babies. But y'all, I cannot wait till next year. Next year, I promise y'all, I will not let y'all down. I promise you. I will have Emden goslings next year that actually make it and survive. But I was in the process of job change, had some problems at work, went through some terrible troubles, and my company straightened that part out. I worked for an awesome company, and I just wasn't able to be around as much. I worked way worse than I do now, and I still work a lot of hours. But I promise you guys, I won't let y'all down with the Emden geese again. But I'm gonna go inside and get me something ice cold to drink, y'all. It's hot out here. But the next video I make, if I don't forget, I'm gonna show y'all my Narragansett turkeys. But now if you go to my Substack, that's where I'll put the behind the scenes, the truth about the stuff that I don't show on here, everything. I'm gonna put it on Substack and my Patreon. Substack is already created, already ready to go. Patreon I haven't done anything with because I'm trying to figure out what it is, how to use it, and it would be great. But Substack for sure, Maniac Nation at Substack. I'm gonna post this video. Actually, I'll post that video before this. So if you'll go to Maniac Nation on Substack, that's where you'll find how pretty the Narragansetts look, what Miss Alita did, y'all. She brought them back from the brink of death. Till next time, I'm your boy Maniac. We out.